beautiful right now. When we got up this morning, it was like 40 degrees, crisp. We're hoping that we can catch some of these deer coming back in here to bed in these hills. It's going to be a matter of just glassing the hills and trying to find some deer bedded up. With this spotter, I can see a good long ways down this valley. Give you an idea of what I'm looking at. Be glassing all this. Down into here. And I can just barely catch that valley down there, a little bit of it. Back behind here. I can see the river bottom down there. There's some food down there, so this will be the first full day. I'm just pumped to be out here. I would like one of us to get a deer down, but I could care less if I punch a tag. I just love this so much, just being out here and exploring the wild, man. This is just so freaking cool. So cool. I love it. Gonna hop back on this spotter. I'm gonna pick apart these hillsides and hopefully start spotting some deer. 100 yards from me. Jumped up.
As soon as you got down in there, not the biggest one, but the second biggest one came up that little lip right there.
Yeah, I was watching him.
Yeah, okay.
That's the one I was going to go after.
So you didn't even see the biggest one? The biggest one was bedded behind that sagebrush the whole time. And when you started, I lost
that sagebrush went.
The sagebrush down here.
No, I saw him.
The biggest one was still down here.
Yeah. When I got down in there, he was bedded right there. I was going to sneak right up behind him. Maybe.
Yeah.
The wind was still kind of...
Yeah.
But when I took about 3 steps down there, and that drainage...
What were they, on this side? They had to be
on the other side. They were all 3 standing there looking at me. And they ran out of beer. Did you see me waving at you? Like, hey, come
No,
here.
I couldn't see you. Those suckers came right here, right in my face, like 20 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He popped up the hill and just like turned inside out when he saw me. So it ended up being 7.
Yes. I saw those 3 immediately standing up over there. So I was like, well, these are going to go one of 2 ways.
Yeah.
They're going to go up towards those other ones, or they're going to go towards that one that was bedded.
Yeah.
So I was going to go, if they went up the other one,
right
to the other one, I was going to go on that bigger one that was bedded. But I knew they were going to blow up one of them. But once they cleared this bedded buck, I was like, all right, I'm going to go after that one, because there was a nice one in there, and those 3. I thought I was a little bit further behind him, but I was kind of like straight at him, and I could feel that wind down there kind of shift and go.
Hit the back of your neck.
And so his rack was looking right at me. I was trying to get a range on him in case he popped over that hill. But I thought he saw me when I was up there on that fence line. When he was bedded, he was looking back up that way. So I stopped and just sat there and watched him. And when he looked back the other way, that's when I went. And then as soon as I got down in this drainage here, the one that he was bedded in,
yeah.
Dude, he wasn't far from me.
If there wasn't any other bucks bedded up in there.
No, yeah, if I could have snuck her.
That could have worked.
Maybe. If the wind wasn't.
Right.
We figured that would happen.
Well, they just went down in here. I don't know where they went. We might be able to find them again.
I don't know where they went.
All right, well, go back. See one?
There they are.
Do you see them? The wind's a little sketchy, but we can try it.
He's second from the top.
Let's see what we can do. It's day 2 here in Wyoming. September 26th, I believe today is. This is the same spine. Kind of runs north and south that we were sent up on yesterday morning. Not very much wind at all. It's a little bit warmer than it was yesterday morning. Hopefully we can catch some deer that are still going to be working back up in here to bed. I'd like to try to get in a stalk or 2. So, beautiful morning. saw over 20 deer while we were hunting yesterday. In the evening and stuff, got on some pretty cool stalks. In the afternoon and the evening, way up high, like 8,300 feet. Checked out a couple different cuts and stuff and a couple different basins, and they were all does and fawns. We actually got stalked up on them. That was really cool. It was fun, you know. This is only day 3. Don't want to get too down about it. Let's see what the rest of the morning brings anyway. We spotted these muleys again. There's at least like 7 of them in this little drainage. Jonathan's going on one side of the drainage and I'm gonna go on the other. They're not too far from here, so hopefully one of us can get it done. Finally, I got up here far enough I can see one buck in this drainage. And I believe it's the bigger one, the biggest one. The problem is he's the furthest one back. I don't know if we'll be able to get to him or not. He's in a really tough spot. I got a little bit of footage of him. I'll see if he stands up here in a minute. kind of pinned down. Jonathan is straight across from me, about 310, 320 yards. I got down here a little bit lower, and I didn't realize until I got down here. But one of these bucks is bedded up right here on this face, one of these rock faces. This big buck actually just got up, and he's working up the hill towards Jonathan. This could get interesting. I mean, he's a long ways away. He's probably 200 yards away from Jonathan right now. There's two big bucks over there on this face. One of them is the biggest one with the forks, the big 4-point, and then there's a big 3-point. This has been very slow going, but I don't know, maybe if they start to get up now, we can make a move or something. God, look at this. Oh, I think he had to make a follow-up shot on him. Here he comes right now. Dude. What the hell just happened?
That's the biggest buck from the other day.
That one is, yeah.
This one?
Yes. He was bedded up back here. He was the one back here. Way back there and that stuff. He was the one back there that was the furthest one back in the drainage. And that 3-point was right up here on this rock face. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, could you understand anything I was telling you?
No, I mean, we were going back and forth and
because I came around this face right here and I realized I'm pinned. Like I couldn't move. He was looking my way, then he was looking down the drainage, then he'd look up. And I'm watching the 3-point and like trying to tell you to come down that little deal.
and come up the other side, and that buck stands up out of his bed and just starts feeding right up there to you. Did you see me going like that?
That buck down at the bottom saw me.
Buck in the bottom?
There was a buck down the bottom feeding, and he was looking up. He saw me. Did you see my first arrow skip off the...
No, I could not tell at all where. I just saw the deer take off. Dude, I had you...
It skipped off the edge of that cliff.
You didn't hit him?
He was 44. He was 44 yards when I shot that first time, and it skipped off the top of that cliff and went over him.
It sounded like it hit him.
Yeah, hit that cliff. He stood down there and looked at me. I ranged him again, and then he turned broadside. He jumped it. It hit him high. I don't even know what just happened.
Oh,
we were about
God.
to get poured on.
We are?
I thought so when I was up there. I'm like, man, we got
Oh, no.
rain clouds coming in. And
I did too, but it's like...
I don't know what it's doing. So quiet out here. I don't even know what just happened. I saw him down here in this bottom. That's why I went back and came up and around. And then that's when you were telling me.
What the hell are we waiting on? Let's go look at him.
Yeah.
I gotta go back and get the DSLR. Take some pictures.
I need to find him. Where was he at?
He was right down here. I watched.
He came up. I came up in an angle. What do you think about that?
I think that's one of the coolest things that we've ever done, that I've ever done for sure.
They're so beautiful.
Oh man, aren't they?
I just cannot believe how that happened. Tuesday the 28th of September. When we get here last Friday, had a little bit of Friday to hunt. We've been hunting hard all day, every day since then. I actually saw these bucks. He was with 6 other bucks on Sunday, right? Sunday afternoon we saw them. They gave us the slip, didn't they?
Oh man.
They pegged us, and that was all she wrote. Public Land Spot and Stalk Mule Deer. Well, I need to put my tag on them, get them cut up and packed out of here. There it is.
Awesome buck. That drainage doesn't look like much.
Oh boy,
But it's steeper
it's much.
and rockier than you think.